What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. dbad in the house. Getting ready for my first production line of knives that I'm doing. These are called my machete series. And all that is mini machetes. And why is it a mini machete? Because I am taking a quality machete, which is high carbon steel. It's a 1055. I believe it is. I'll look it up, but I think it's 1055. High carbon steel. And what I'm doing is each machete is turning into two blades. Don't mind that first line. The second one's going to be it. I'm doing a Viking Saex hand knife and then a chopper. And obviously this one is going to be easier to do the edge because, you know, 99% of the edge is already there. I'm just going to have to refine it a little bit. The thing is, I'm going to have to cut out the angles to make the handle, and then I'm going to have to make a handle. This one already has the handle. That's pretty simple. So what I need to do is I need to cut out my angles, and then the edge starts around here. So that means half of the blade has no edge. I'll actually show you. It's right here is where the edge starts. I'll flip it around so you can see. So right there is the edge, and that's right there. So I'm going to have to finish this edge or even just start a whole new one on both sides to get that all done. These are generic. There are no names, so I don't have to worry about somebody's name printed all over this thing. The Saex is going to have a plastic handle that's pinned in, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for the handles for the choppers. I might do different handles. I might do all the same handle. Who knows? I haven't gotten that far. I'm just getting started, but I'm going to make 20 knives. I'm going to make 10 here and 10 here, and we'll see how they go. If they come out perfect and right, like I hope. Actually, I'm going to start out with just these two, and if they come out like I hope they do, then I'm going to start putting them up for sale, and they're going to be very affordable. Really cool mini machetes, my Saex and my chopper, and I'm going to get started and see what I can't do really quick to get at least one done in the next however long it takes. So that's what I'm going to do. I will let you know when it's separated and I have a knife near complete. All right, hold on now. All right, so I have a basic shape for my Saex knife. And as you can see, these are all rough cuts. So I have to make this perfectly straight up, even. You don't want any of those burrs on it. So it's really, really important that I get this right. I mean, you can see it's not even, so I have to make this perfect. This isn't about just taking a grinder or whatever and going, and then here we go, here, give me some money. I still have to make this right? I have to do some stuff. And remember, these are going to be fully heat treated and tempered blades. You can see how thin they are because they do come from machetes. I didn't measure it, so I will eventually. But as it is, it's that thickness, I don't know yet. But typical machete thickness. So now I have to work on this angle, and then I have to start the grind. And then after that, I'm either going to sand and polish, just sand, or maybe even do a some gun paint and do it black or bluing. So I have a bunch of stuff going in my head. I want to make these right. I want to make them nice. So however I do it, it should be pretty cool when it's done. So let's get this one done and get it started. I do like the shape of this Saex so far. All right, so my Saex. This tip is so sharp. So what I found out about these blades that I didn't know about is they are dull as hell. It was actually flat. It didn't get sharp, I think, I'm guessing anyway, until the other end. But this part right here was literally flat bottom. There was no edge at all. There was a grind, but there was no edge. So now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys. I gave it an edge. I can't really show you. But it's there. There's an edge. I'm going to go across with some ceramic and try and fine-tune it a little bit. But this is what I'm looking at for a Saex machete. Now I just have to figure out how I want to finish the blade. I have to say it's good in the hand. It should chop real well, especially from the OK grip. Boom, boom, boom. Remember, it is, being a machete blade, it is made to chop. That's what it's made for. So it should do pretty good in that aspect. And now I'll tell you what, this came out so smooth, so nice. Look at that. No cuts, no nothing. I like it. I like it. I think this is actually pretty cool. It's my first Saex. I've never bought one, so making one was the way to go. And I way to goat it, because this is cool. This is really cool. As far as measurements, once it's completely done, I'll go over all that. Plus, I have the other one to do. But for a first effort, that's pretty good. So this is going to be my tablet, my go from the drawing board knife. And as you remember, the grind started right around there. It started maybe here, somewhere in there. I can't even. Oh, right there. Right there is where it started, and now it goes all the way back, both sides. So you have an edge all the way to about here is where it starts getting sharp. Right here, it's, you know, obviously not. You want to be able to have your finger on something for tight stuff, so I had to keep that in mind. But so far so good. I'm going to keep on going. Once it's completely finished, the blade is finished, then we'll see what we're looking at. Okay. So here it is. All right. I got the light on it. Probably could do without that. But I did a rustic bluing. I figure it's going to be a Viking style blade. I wanted to make it look pretty cool. And you can tell about the carbon content because stainless steel doesn't blue. So it would never take any color if it was stainless. But check that out. Pretty cool. Got some bluing, except for the edge. I left the edge unblued, right? So the whole grind is natural. And that's what we have right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and run it through a couple tests, something light, and this will be the only one that does that. So you guys can get a peek on that. And then I'm going to make some more. I'm going to sell them all. And that's pretty cool. Obviously, I have to keep one for my collection. This is the first one, so this is the first one that I'm going to, the first one that I made, so it's the one I'm going to keep. And I like it. I like how the blade gets fatter as it gets, farther to the right. So it's actually an upswept Saex on the top, but then a flat Saex on the bottom like it's supposed to be, which means that's really cool. It's something you don't see all the time. I'm digging it. That's pretty good. So next stop, let's go test this. I almost forgot. I told you I was going to give you the update. It's a drop forged alloy steel. What that means is instead of just heating steel and banging it with a hammer, or instead of pouring steel into a press and then using some hydraulic thing to press it, it's kind of a mix between the two. So basically they put hot steel inside of a form and they bang it into the form from there, and that's why it's drop forged alloy. And I do believe it is a 1055 high carbon drop forged alloy steel. So that's what we're looking at for the steel. I totally forgot to give you that update, and mine mess up. So that's what it is. So I'm going to keep on going. All right. So first and foremost, congratulations, wicked huge Pats fan, to my world champion New England Patriots, and also to the Celtics who won right before the Super Bowl. That was nice. All right, so that was first and foremost. So I guess like second and five most, let's put this thing through the ringer. All right, so we are going to go through testing on my Saex, and we're going to see how this thing works out, see how it flies, and that's going to tell a lot of people if they're worth buying, I'll tell you that. So this one is my personal one. That's why I'm going to test it. Any others I build for sale, I will not be swinging around. So anybody who gets them will get them in this condition, brand spanking new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a little bottle slice. Let's actually move you guys down and see if we can't get this thing rolling. All right. So this is untested. We're going to test it together for the first time. See what we can get out of here. I got a little bit of ice on the ground, so I'm trying to stay stable. All right, so we are going to work on the 1-inch forest here. We got a couple little trees. I'm gonna start with a little skinny one and find out that my sax is saxy. All right, so let's get rid of that one since it's in the way. Let's see if we can't take down one of these big guys right here. Let me get this out of the way. I know I'm end up coming down and freaking skewering my arm. All right. Holy Moses! Guys, I'm not kidding. Look at this. That was on that swing. That was all the way through except to the end little piece of skin. And look how big this piece is compared to my blade, my overall blade thickness. That's a big chunk. That there's a big chunk. All right, let's see how my edge did. Let's see. Now remember, I had to create an edge here. So I have to say, it's not bad. It's not the sharpest knife you'll ever own, that's for sure. However, you can sharpen it to your own liking. I just made it sharp enough. Let's see here. Let's see here. Try to get some of these hairs on. It's pretty slick right now. It's all wet wood. But what we're doing is we're making a whole bunch of little hairs. And they're really, really, really thin. So now what we want to do, you got them all over the blade, talking up the edge over here. Now what we want to do is try to get this thing situated. Let's see if I can't do some pull. Oh my. Oh my. Oh yeah. So this is working out pretty well. This is what I expected from it. This is what I wanted from my edge. And I'm getting it. You see all that. That's just made right from there. That's not too bad. But this thing, it's a sax. And saxes are made for nice, hard cuts. Look at that. Look at that. It's a brutal weapon made for chopping. It's a hacking weapon. And I think I'm all blurry on you guys, so let me try to get back out of the blur. Come back out of the blur, Donnie B all day. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This thing is pretty cool. I have to say, so far I'm digging my little machete sax. It's coming out all right. But let's go do some more stuff with it. Here, come on. I'm actually gonna press pause and put it down. All right, so I'm gonna give it the old 5-yarder here. Let's see if we can't get one to stick. Oh, it hit the blade. It's just so light. Let's see. Let's see. Any bending in that tip after it hit the tip? Nope. Still looks pretty good. Let's try that again. Oh, that was just a miss. I'll tell you what, throwing something this light is pretty tough. I'm finding out the hard way. Oh, I am right on it too. I am right on it. You know, that one I think that one hit the vines, which is almost not fair. That was recommended a long time ago. Somebody said, you should probably cut those vines. And, well, I didn't. And they are a hindrance. All right, let's try again. Oh, well, it's hitting sometimes in the right spot. It's just so light, it's hard to have that happen. But let's see. I want to give it another shot here. Oh, maybe that's all I needed to do was that short throw to show where it needed to go. Now let's see. Any tip damage? Not at all. Not at all. But we need to go chop the tree because, you know, it's a little bit burlier than what we just chopped. The 1-inch forest trees aren't that good. So let's go swing this thing. Let's go swing it. All right, so the Viking Saex. This was a chopping tool turned into a war weapon, but it started out as a chopper, so let's chop. I mean, you can see why the Vikings kept a Saex in the kitchen. That's pretty sweet. Let's see, am I in there with you guys? This is gonna be kind of hard because it's wobbly, but it's a Saex, so it should go through even though it's not stable. And let me see, oh yeah, it's definitely doing some damage. Definitely doing some damage. Let's see, shave through some of that harder wood than Hollywood. Whoa, I almost got myself. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, same thing. Even on better wood, and it's not hard wood, it is pine, but it still works. Still works. Let's put that right there. Bam. Let's look. Let's look. I told you it's heat treated. Told you it's heat treated. Not bad. Not too bad of a little machete on this guy right here. Look at that. So, all in all, does my little camp Saex work? I'd say that's a pass in anybody's book. That's a pass, especially what it's made for. This isn't a big thick blade. This is a machete blade. Let's see. Bam. Bam. I mean, what else can I do? What else can I do to show you that my little machete Saex is a good little chopper? And that's what it's for. This thing isn't going to be used for anything other than, you know, processing, especially small pieces. You know, when you're doing some pruning, stuff like that, you got some branches, bam, you need to just chop them off. That's what this is made for. Think about anything a machete's made for, minimize, right? That's what this thing's going to be good for. And the fact that it's got this great slope here, like the Saex, it's going to be a formidable stabber, right? You should be able to push that through any piece of skin, through any piece of any body, you know, Bigfoot. So, that right there, that's what I call success. Woo, stepping in the hole. So, here it is, guys. My machete Saex. I have to say that it was worth putting the work into. I got to make, I think, 9 more of these and then put them up for sale. And somebody's going to be pretty happy with this little guy because it works. It works. And for a little tiny little light knife, you go to the end of that handle and you have a pretty good functioning sword. I mean, a sword, knife. Even up top, I guess you do pretty well with it. So, all in all, this thing is not bad. This thing is not bad at all. I'm very, very happy with the way it came out. The look of it alone is really doing it. I was never a huge Saex fan, you know what I mean? Growing, I just didn't care for it all that much. And then I got more and more into it, you know, and I started liking it a little bit more. This one, I really like. It looks, I don't even know, I haven't measured if this is bigger than this, but it looks like it tapers up. And I believe it does. It swoops up. And it just gives it a much cooler look, you know. And even though this is just a plastic handle riveted on there, it works. You know, the handle works. And it's a full tank construction, and it gets the job done. I'm pretty stoked about that. This is pretty cool, man. This is pretty cool. So anyway, that's the dbad machete Saex. I am dbad. I'm Donnie B all day. And until next knife.